I think.
Well,
No, I
if
was taking
it's
notes.
just taking notes, they're not recording.
I got you.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry to break the flow.
No worries. So yeah, you know when you're working with a team and like you're like, dude, this is a small thing, but like it should be fixed and like just fix it. But you don't want to be that guy. This has been a game changer for us because it's like, hey, the robot just told you that you kind of didn't do a good job at this.
Yeah.
Go fix it, and all the humans can see it. So like, there's a pressure around it.
Yeah, no one's gonna prove. You're like, see what the AI said.
Yeah, exactly. And the suggestions it gives back are really good. I don't know if we've got some here that we can open up and show.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
Yeah, so here we go. And something that does as well I like is that it summarizes the pull request, so you can just kind of eyeball it as well.
Yeah.
So this will go through. This one all looked good, thankfully, and it will tell you why it made decisions, how confident it was on like going to comment or not. Is there another one I can show? No, these look good. Thankfully, the team is doing good here, so we don't even have any inside of here.
Always good.
Maybe this one. This is a big one.
They've been drugged through the mud by
because I see you're going to Rails 7 because we're updating our version of Ruby right now. And that's actually where we used AI to fix these like pedantic things that no one would ever think of. I'm really curious to see what this did.
Again, the internet is down, but let's try this. This is what I would do. So what we want to do is the first run is Ellipsis, like a light touch AI tool that will just say like, hey, this is clearly wrong and that needs to be updated. The next step we will do and what we're starting to automate is we bring in Claude. So you just can at Claude and you can say, can you review this, please?
No shit. Okay.
And you see this, dude, I bet you it's broken right now.
Okay, I have a question. For
go ahead.
When you invoke Claude, like, do you set any master prompts at all to give it like background on how you want it to review? Because I do code reviews like that all the time. Someone sends me a massive PR, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to read this. I'm going to read this with AI. How do you have any control over what Claude looks for?
I believe you do. We just have set it up. We only set this up a couple of weeks ago as like the second touch point. Yep. But I believe you can like tweak that review bot, we'll call it, that's in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is working right now. It usually takes 3 to 4 minutes and it will come back. Gives you a really comprehensive review on what's happened. Which is awesome. So the thing we want to do is now in general, we're moving towards 80% of the code that we write here. We want it to be written by a tool called Devon, but the tool doesn't really matter. The idea for us is that we've changed to a new model where we want the first 10% of work to be done by a human that comes along and says, here's exactly what I want. I'm going to write a very good prompt from a template we already input. Devon is going to go and it's going to write 80% of the work. And then my job as a human is to come back and review the last 10% of the work. And I'm also going to review and let the AI do the first run of review so it can catch the bullshit that I don't have to be involved in.
Interesting. So human, AI, human.
Exactly. So we're just the bookends, I think there is like a 10-80-10 rule or something in business or some bullshit, some anti-growth shit. Yeah. But it's kind of similar what we're doing here. So let me show you, I'll kind of wrap that up. That's more like, hey, if you have people who are skeptical, this is a very good place to start.
Yeah. Man. Getting up reviews, everyone's going to be happy with that, right?
Yeah. So going into Devon now. I've been writing Ruby on Rails since 2008, pretty much every day. PHP before that. But even still today, I like barely miss a day a year that I'm not writing code.
Yeah.
So the way I think about this, and I'm trying to like, it took a little while to convince the rest of the team, but when we actually laid it out and like just push forward and you show people results, they actually will jump on board a lot sooner. So what we did was I looked at a few different agentic coding tools. There's a guy called Sahil Lavinga. He is the Gumroad CEO. If you ever heard of that product?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So he his content turned me on to this, which is he was using Devon with the exact same thing, 10-80-10, 80% of the work done by Devon.
Okay.
And let me show you here how we've got this set up and how we think about it. So when we first turn this on, right, you got to go and you basically replicate your workspace here. So it'll take you about an hour, and you go and you set up your like workspace that you would have on your machine. You just replicate it inside of Devon. I'm going to install RVM, Git, all that, get it set up, which is fine, right? But I think a lot of people stop at, hey, this thing should just work the day you turn it on. It's definitely not what we found. So we actually spent, I would say, 3 months rebuilding the code base and how we work around this.
Well, yeah, can you explain? So because like I know exactly, like I think what you're trying to say is Devon needs to be able to execute and run like full integration tests to truly be effective. And to do that, you need a proper environment, kind of like CI/CD, right? Like you want CI/CD to run. So it's effectively like building up a proper pipeline. So when you say, what do you mean by like adapting the code base? Can you like, what does it mean? I'm super curious.
Yeah. So the main thing we wanted to do was give these guardrails to Devon, right? So you ever see, even in like a ChatGPT, Claude, or Cursor or Copilot, there's way too much hallucinations. And when you get a few hallucinations back and you're trying to get your team on board, they'll just tune out and they'll be like, dude, the thing sucks, right? But the real problem is that there just aren't enough guardrails. So what we did instead was we spent probably a month reducing technical debt on the code base itself. Our goal was, hey, for this LLM to work on the code base, we need to rewrite the code base to be LLM friendly. So that means cleaning everything the fuck up. If something's not being used and it's hanging around, get it the fuck out of the repo. We need to clean up all of our docs. So docs was a big thing as well. So like I can show you here. We set up these docs, right? Which is basically like, hey, LLM, this is how we write code, and do not even think about writing it any other way. So we have it all set up here. This is basic high level stuff. Like when in doubt, search the code base for similar implementations, all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So we worked our way through this, even down into like, here's an example of a Rails controller, how I want you to write it. And like,
we're still seeing.
Sorry.
I see, but like following, so you actually, I'm excited to see this, but like, so how did you get it? Like, how did you come up with these guardrails? Is it just trial and error, pretty much? Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Show my screen anyway.
Because you just said like, how do you? Here's
during
how
the cleanup process. Did you lean into any AI to help you actually clean out your noise and garbage?
Yeah. As much as we could, but a lot of it was there was a lot of like grunt work in there, like changing the name of a file instead of being like worker manager. It's like, hey, it's actually like customer VIP updater. You know what I mean? Like very descriptive. Can you guys see my screen, or am I still fucked here?
See,
I'd love to see it. I can definitely follow along. I think I was following along with your examples for sure. It's like,
let me try this
controller template.
Okay, now.
No joy, no.
Okay, here I'll show you just the GitHub instead. It's easier. Here we go. 1 second. All right, we're back. Here we go.
So you
can see GitHub right now?
Yeah.
All right, so if we go into here, docs, LLM, how to write Rails code.
Here we go.
You can see here everything. Hey, it's extremely important to maintain code uniformity and follow established patterns. We have like all these docs that's like, don't do this. This is wrong. Do this. This is how we want controllers to be written. Best practices. Like we go pretty detailed. Like we got thousands of lines of code that it has to read. So Again,
Wow.
we cleaned up the whole code base. We wrote all of these docs, which is like, hey, I'm gonna clobber you over the head until you like do
Wow.
not write or return anything that does not go by the guidelines that we have.
Holy shit.
And then
Okay.
like, hey, for writing tests, here's how I want you to do it. So like super detailed like that.
Wow.
Again,
So you got all the R spec, like, wow.
yeah, I want to like bang my head against the wall. It was like 3 months of absolute torture, but like if you get out the other side of it, it's like just make things so much easier.
Yeah. Shit.
So then what we did was we went to Devon, and like anything else, it's the prompt that you put into it is the output that you get back out, right? So
Of course.
we made this template that we tested over the course of like a few weeks. And this is the only way that the team can submit a prompt to Devon is we have this shortcut, right, where it's X Devon. And this will just open up, like it'll pop this in. So that's 90% of the work done and actually writing it.
Yeah,
So,
master prompt. Okay. Yeah.
So this is where I do a quick one-liner. Hey, this is what you need to do, like the overall description, if it needs to go into any more detail. We've also found that referencing files of where you know that there's similar code, way better.
Okay.
So we'll like drop that into there as well. Hey, check out this file because this is what it's very similar. Before you start, you must read this doc on how we write code.
That's okay.
Before you, so at the end when it's done and it's about to submit its work, here's the checklist that it has to check off before it can do that. It needs to submit a test with the work. It needs to run our linter, so our Rivo copy. That's another big part of keeping guardrails on. So we want the code to really be like Lego blocks, right?
Yeah.
Like in a perfect world, if you can just think of it like Lego blocks, because really, most engineers will like turn their nose up at you and be like, dude, you know what I mean? You're not cultured or whatever, but like, we're here to fucking build businesses and make money. So like,
you know, that's the biggest struggle, right? It's like, yeah, that's nice, but we're here to solve value. Like, yeah, totally.
Right. Exactly. So like, to me, I'm just trying to make this like, this is the feature, you know everything. We want this to be inside the little world that we built for you, and do not go outside of it or start making shit up.
Okay.
And then,
got it.
so every bit of the way, you got to be like, here's the checklist, just checking in to make sure that you're like on side with this. And then before submitting, they have to run the full test suite. We've also got it set up for integration tests, but we do that in GitHub because it takes a bit too long. So we want the final run to be an integration test on GitHub. You could have it here, but we just decided against it. And again, this just goes through pretty much everything and just saying like, here's what to do. Like it gets kind of mind numbing, but once you do it once, you just need to do it, like pop it in like this.
Totally.
So like we've built a lot from here. So like if I show here, so like we actually only change this. This should look a lot more impressive, but I only realized that there's a setting to change your who runs it was coming through as Stuart. So a lot of the tests that were being done coming through as me. So it's probably more like 450. I would say that was done by Devon. And if you look at the next person down, it's like 100. So it's like a 4x above the next engineer. This guy's fucking super talented, but again, like it's just a lot more volume because it works 24/7 by itself, right?
Crazy, man.
So let me show you then. So getting back to how do we get the team involved in this? And then going back to, hey, the reviews is a great place to start. And then the next place I found is really good, that it's not going to like make people skittish. Is intercom help docs. This one has been fucking killer for us. And we're actually really doubling down on it right now. In fact, we've got a lot of open pull requests. I'm running it literally right now. So I can show you exactly what we're doing here. So we switched like a week ago from this playbook we've been running on Shopify for the last 10 years has been jump on a live chat with somebody and they'll leave a review in your Shopify app and you get the #1 in the rankings for Shopify, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That playbook is dead. Like it is absolutely gone. I'm not sure if you saw it. Shopify nuked like 60% of the reviews on the platform.
I did.
And they just deprioritized that as being a reason to go. Which turned out to be actually fantastic for us because now we're just actually going to be able to build a better product and not have to have these kind of goofy actions that didn't need to exist in the first place. Right?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
So what we've done instead is we turned on Fin, which you guys obviously use as well. And we've just been blown away by how good it is. We tried it like when it first came out, it was fine. Now it's just really good, is what we found.
Yeah.
I'm sure in fact, I think you guys have a case study with them, right?
Yeah. They love us.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question about that? Because here's my
Sure.
biggest concern, at least on the how do you get Finn? Because I assume I know, and Adam mentioned this, but you and like Devon and Finn are the two of them are working together. How do you prevent proprietary knowledge from seeping out? Like, are you doing a full review on everything it generates?
Yeah, so let me show you here.
Okay. See how you do that.
Here's what we do. We literally have you could automate this, but do you just run this every 2 weeks? You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Here's what we do. I go to Claude, right?
Okay.
So Claude code.
Oh shoot, the screen share might have died again. Damn.
Fuck me. I won't be able to show it then, but you'll get it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I go to Claude code in my terminal and I paste this in. Usually I'll do like 25 or something like that. And I'll just say, oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. That's for writing tests you can do automatically. This is for writing articles here.
Reason I can't see. So question, did you set up do you have like a master prompt or like a workspace in Claude specifically designed with your guardrails in this domain as well then?
Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
I'll show you on the page right now somehow.
Yep.
And what I've done is we downloaded all of the intercom articles to our repository, right? So if we go here, we go to docs, intercom. This is all of our intercom articles right here in HTML, right?
Shit. Okay.
And what we do then is we go to this script and I say, hey, give me all of those files that I just showed you in that big list. That's all of our intercom articles. Skip this shit because it's like stuff we don't want to improve anyway, like office hours, who gives a shit. Go through each one, make sure it's the right files. And now we get to here. And this is going to be run from my Rails console, right? Where I go through and I say, update and improve our existing customer-facing help doc located at the file. Update it. You are an expert at writing customer-facing help docs, so just a really good prompt, or as good as we can. Say it's primarily a knowledge base for our AI chatbot. Deeply research. Do not provide any technical details of the code base in your work. This is a customer-facing help doc we're creating. Just that line has actually stopped it ever providing any information. Now, if we ever saw anything otherwise, we would like tighten that up. So yeah, and again, I can just like share this with you here.
It's just so interesting. So you're gonna pass every doc in with the prompt. It will do what it needs to. So yeah, actually, what is the rest of that workflow? So you have this workflow. Oh well, you said it yourself. You're connecting to the Devon API.
Yep. So then from here, we just made a prompt, and then we're gonna send it to Devon. So that is the request to Devon right there. Because look, we're going to Devon to create a new session.
Yeah.
And this is one I literally just ran today, but we're going like all in on this now. So like, let's take a look at what's one here. All right, this is a good one. So here's what Devon did. Devon this is the prompt that I just showed you that I ran with the API. Devon broke this down. It thought about it. It said its confidence was low, and then it keeps working. It searches the browser, it searches the internet, it searches all the code bases, the other thing actually works. And then it comes back and it says, okay, I've now talked through this. Here's the help doc we're going to update. Here is what we're going to do. And then it goes back and executes on that. Then it will come back and it will create a pull request inside of GitHub, which again, we're just going to update the intercom article with an API call. So here, this was the previous doc. Look at this. Like, it was one line, right? So, like,
way, dude.
Let's see.
I'm so curious to see. There's no like.
Look at that. That was the fucking doc. Now, when you come here, like,
I see all this markup. It's like it just wrote a whole damn article.
Context explains exactly how the feature works, and
so like here I can show you what this looked like. This will.
Interesting, man. That's really interesting.
1 sec. I'm just gonna pop this open.
I'm just thinking of.
We can see then actually how good it is. All right, I'm on the new branch. Now I'm going to open up this. All right, so that one-liner is now all this. And like just eyeballing this, it's correct and it's right.
Yep. Yes, you just do like your expert human in the loop review to make sure it didn't completely lose its mind. And
honestly, at this stage, we've reviewed so many of these now that we don't even review them anymore. We have a script that auto merges them from GitHub just because we do so much.
So funny, man.
So this right here, what we do then is we say, yeah, this looks fantastic. We are going to merge this in. I would merge the pull request into our code base. In fact, let me like do it right now over here. Even though everything's broken on the internet, we will.
Probably not going to fail any tests.
Rob, what do you think? Is this something along these lines, like accomplish our mission of just like systematically eradicating categories of tickets?
Yeah. From the development perspective, it's more like I don't have any keys to that kingdom whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get Tate to buy into it.
No, yeah.
I don't want to take. Hold on. I don't want to take Stuart's time talking to you about that. I can talk to you.
No. But
no, you're good. I'm happy.
The concept and everything. Oh God, yes. Like to be able to come in here and give a really like that 10% prompt of, hey, this is what we need to solve. We need to be able to do this. Go do the thing. Review yourself. Go do that. Blah 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 blah. Like. Tate's time is finite. There's only so many hours in a day. Mm-hmm. And if he's able to accomplish 10 side quests by going, hey, this is what I need to do. You go do the thing. And then let it go off on a side quest for him. And then it comes back and he does his 10% like review going, that's going to do exactly what I want.
Yeah.
God, yes. And that's our biggest hurdle right now is that, again, there's only so many hours in a day, and Tate is human.
Yeah.
And as great as he is, he's either doing a main quest or a side quest. But it'd be great if he could do the main quest and side quests at the same time, which this concept would allow him to do. Now, he's going to have to guardrail stuff like Stuart did.
Probably. So, Stuart, if you don't mind, I have a bunch of like operational questions, like how you
absolutely.
And I know we touched on it. So, for one thing for us, like we build, like we similar to you, we build and support a ton of integrations, and so we're doing this refactoring project, going from this old messy pattern to this refactored one. And funny enough, AI helps suggest the pattern, and so I know for sure it could implement it. So I was trying to think through. It's like when you were started, like I imagine you started off with like little projects and little things in a confined space until you worked your way up across the whole code base. How do you is that how you recommend getting started? Like I'm kind of picturing now, it's like, here's an old pattern and use the documentation we'd give a human. Here's the new pattern. Go build like a new integration for this and just give it API docs. Like, is that something you say relatively in its scope?
In fact, speaking of integrations is actually a great place to start.
That's what I thought, because it's relatively deterministic and it's time consuming as shit.
Exactly.
So it's like a win-win, you know?
So there's this old boomer. In fact, maybe Adam might know. You know Braze? It's like an ESP.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Braze fucking hates us.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
They fucking hate us.
So like nobody on our team wants to touch a fucking Braze integration. I'd rather walk across traffic than do this. So like,
yeah, sounds right.
What we did was went here, said, here's the original prompt. Look at this, isn't even like,
yeah.
You know what? Actually, funny enough, I did this one from my phone. Like I
you just
Slack, you can like just give it a task, it'll run the template and like do it. So I was like, okay, hey, go and make this Braze integration. It's kind of like Klaviyo and Attentive. I didn't even give it the docs. It went
and link any code or anything.
Yeah, like this as well is Claude. So Claude did the review on this, and I found some things that were actually legit. And then Devon goes back and it actually looks at Claude's review and it says, hey, you know what? That was right. So now we've got, and there was zero human interference in this pull request whatsoever. I wrote the prompt. AI, Devon went and wrote the code, and you can see here it added the first one, and then it started getting feedback on the work it had done. So it got feedback from the tests, and it updated some stuff. It then got feedback from Claude, and it said, hey, you know what? It brings up some good points. So look, Devon, look at Claude's feedback and determine what is factually accurate. Consider updating the PR based on your findings. So like, we turned it on and the fucking thing works, and that's probably, I don't know, 3 days of work that it'll take to do. Like there's 13 commits behind it, 9 files, like
all the R specs.
Exactly. Came back with the test too.
Dude.
No, there was not one line of this that was written by me or anyone on the team.
That's unreal. Because I think that's what our goal is. And I think this is like, we have an awesome, I love working with Jorge. He's built all our integrations and he's the one who loves AI. He's the most forward thinking there. Do you, if you're cool, can you share me the initial prompt? I'd love to show it, because that's going to be, I think, one of my challenges for him and kind of his like quarterly goal. Hey man, go build an integration without touching a line of code. Right? Like I think, and actually I have some more operational questions, because you said you spent, was it 1 month refactoring or up to 3? Like and I know it's iterative, but like how much time realistically is, like, how many lines of code are we at? That doesn't really matter. I'm just curious, like, because I think I understand what you're trying to say with that, but
dude, well, it was kind of like here, I'll show you.
It probably depends on how much technical debt there is and how old the code base is, and
So after we set up
in advance. Sorry, go ahead.
I know you're good. We spent a shitload of time writing docs, and then like the next week, Devon released this. This is so incredibly good. Like this is astounding how good this is. Nobody wrote this. This just showed up one day in Devon, and it's a complete architectural breakdown of our entire code base and how things works. Like, here's how our loyalty system works in extreme detail, and every single detail inside of here. Like, imagine how long it would have taken a human to write all of this.
It would have been, it would have zapped all my energy for
6 months. Like,
I mean,
that right there is like a quarterly rock.
Yeah.
For a person. You know, like it's like, all right, I'm going to do my job. By the end, I'm going to have this
document,
super clear PRD, you know, every little detail about our loyalty system actually documented so everybody can use it.
Yeah. And heaven forbid something.
And it just fucking showed up.
Showed up one day.
Man, how many models, if you don't mind me asking, how many models do you have in Rivo? I think it was Rivo Commerce.
Like, is big, man. I don't know, probably 100.
Yeah, okay, because like, we're probably there too. That's awesome, man.
It's monolith. Monolith is the way to go as well, I found, just because it's like
it's all the
same
context
space.
is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny,
You guys have the same?
services where like everyone's like, yeah, what the hell? No one does monoliths anymore. And then AI came along and it's actually
Yeah, exactly. So we got lucky with that.
no, it's forward thinking.
But so when you look at that, right, this is what brought us to the intercom help docs, because at the end of the day, when you tell somebody, you ask somebody, hey, can you write a help article on this thing? Oh, yeah, dude, I got it on my list. I'll do it, blah, blah, blah. But like, nobody knows the code better than Devon, because look at what it just had there. So if you say to it, make a customer facing help doc, it'll go, yes, because I absolutely understand how this works better, probably than the guy who wrote the thing.
Yeah, I know, man.
Like,
no, the way like, yeah.
So having the help articles as the first place will kind of not spook any developers, but it will also show what it can do. And then what I would do is I would start with integrations. Look, I just showed like, hey, nobody on the team wants to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole, but we actually did it with Devon, and you're welcome. You know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and we're in a lucky spot. Like our owner of integrations, it's one guy. He's incredible. He loves, like, he's so good. He loves AI. So that's where I'm like, that's, I think, my first deliverable with getting this started. And that's gonna, like you said, all the cracks will begin to show, right, when it loses its mind and we're like, what is it doing?
Yeah.
So it's just chipping away at that. That's really interesting, man. How many? So if you don't mind me asking, how many people are contributing to the repo right now? Like, your full time?
There was 2 of us here until 3 months ago. So there's 3 of us now.
3 of you guys, yeah. Because okay. That then we're left. I think we're 4 or 5 now, but I think it's still reasonable. It's more than reasonable. That's cool, man.
But yeah, like I mean, hopefully this recording isn't shown by people who I'm about to talk about. But like between us, it's like if someone on the team wasn't bought in that this way is the way forward, I'm like, dude, I just can't work with you. Like, we're on 2 different paths here. I don't have time to like fully convince you from zero, you know?
Yeah, I made a similar decision with Adam. Well, not with that, like when we were in Toronto. Actually made it a long time ago, but yeah, totally, man. You have to. You just have to. It's impossible. Like, man.
Well, when you see stuff like this, this
Yeah.
like the first example. I mean, I'm not an engineer, but so this was the first example of it's doing 80%, you know, the 10-80-10. Like, you know, I've heard from Microsoft 20 or 30, and then, you know, Tate's like, I use it to debug or whatever the fuck. Like,
yeah,
this is the first systematic, successful execution that I've actually seen a plan for. And dude, I think Tate's probably waiting on this too, you know. I don't know. You tell me, like, if he actually sort of had a clear understanding of the whole system.
I have a couple questions for you about that, Stuart, actually, because it's how good is it at the 0 to where I think where Tate would push back, and rightfully so. How have you found it for the 0 to 1? Like, building integration is not 0 to 1. It's 1 to many, right? Like, you've done it before. Even in I saw in your like in the PRD there, if you will, you're like, hey, we have Klaviyo and
kind of,
albeit. How are you finding it for 0 to 1? Because I find when I do not tons of PRs, but I usually do like complex business logic. It would take me way longer to explain. I'll just program it, kind of thing. How do you find it does with like I call it 0 to 1, but just like new stuff? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and maybe ours is slightly different because I've been building in just the Shopify like little bubble for the last 10 years. So like the amount of net new stuff that comes across is like not much, which is where I get back to like the Lego blocks.
Yeah, totally understand.
Would I put it at a 0 to 1? Like at the moment, Devon really kills it. Sometimes it'll just do like a one shot on junior and mid level, right?
Yes.
Like integration stuff we showed. I think the next step for it and the way it's gonna go is you would use either what we found works well is using deep research on ChatGPT to spend 20 minutes breaking down the actual problem. You ask it to break it into separate digestible sections that you can run, and then you actually do those as the Devon task.
Yeah.
So instead of giving it one big thing, you give it 5 little things and incrementally build it.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. That's so cool, man. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that's where AI excels. The more you give AI in general, the higher the probability that it loses its way as it goes. But if you can break it into digestible chunks, like you said, hey, I want to accomplish A, and then afterwards we're going to move on to B. It's so much better at handling all that. And what you're showing here is the way. Nothing makes me like cringe more than all the people on LinkedIn going, "Oh, I'm vibe coding this weekend." I'm like, you have no idea what the AI just spit out, and that's going to backfire in a month when something doesn't work, and you have no idea how to fix it. It's the people that don't know how to code that they're using AI to code something, and then going, "This is my product." You're doing the opposite. You know exactly, like, you could write all this yourself, but you're not. You're giving it that prompt. You're having it do all the work, and then you're coming in afterwards going, I'm going to proofread it, like what you've done, make sure it works. And that only works if the person doing it can do it themselves in general.
Yeah, you're more like a manager than a doer. That's the change.
Right. And that's the problem with all the vibe coders is they don't actually know how to do it. So it's all going to backfire, and that's why it's going to go sideways. But you need a Stuart, Tate, a Mike that actually understands it, could write it themselves, and is just using this as a tool to expedite processes.
Yeah, this is just saving time or accelerating time. We can build 10x faster than like we used to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Two more questions. So Stuart, I mean, I think like the advantage that we have is that we know we have a lot of context on the business, and we have the vision for like what this thing actually does, not the code. And I guess what I'm trying to figure out is how have you found? You said you just recently brought someone in. Like, I guess my concern is someone who, like, typically engineers don't share the amount of context, so a lot of the work is giving them the context to do the work. And I guess where I'm getting concerned is if they don't have enough context, how are they going to give the AI the context? How have you found that transition for that new person that you added? Like, did you hire someone really senior? Like, how did you get over that piece?
Yeah, he's a long-time friend of mine. I've worked before. He's CTO.
Oh shit! Yeah, he is like
yeah. But like again, it's just coming back to the guardrails. Like here's the 90% of the like prompt or the person that. So we're actually changing the whole business. We're trying to take exactly what we just showed you here and apply it fucking everywhere. So like we're starting from scratch, but something we're trying to do is just put those guardrails in place. So how did these tickets get to be developed in the first place? Well, they start out on GitHub issues or Linear or Asana or whatever you guys use.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We're making guardrails around those tickets where when a ticket gets submitted, if this ticket is not good enough, the robot is going to come back and say, Stuart, this ticket sucks. Here's what it needs improved because our engineers can't work on this unless they have context.
Yep.
And again, the next step of that is actually getting those linear tickets to go straight to Devon, but that's a different story altogether. That's like the next step we're trying to get to. But using something like this is actually a fantastic tool that's probably down, but have you heard of this?
Yep.
Yeah, this is the next shit here. So this will set up a trigger. It'll say linear ticket was created. You say AI, go and do your agent stuff and go through this and make sure that it hits all of these requirements that we have for the ticket. If not, comment back and at the person and say, you need to update this. We don't have enough information for our engineers to work on it. Because, man, ours, I just want to, like, some of the tickets that come through and it's like, this is broken. And I'm like, what's broken?
Yeah, no, trust me.
You know what I mean? It's like not even a screenshot or nothing.
Yeah. I can feel that pain. Yeah.
And that's like, sometimes that's like 3 days when you get lost because you're talking back and forward on a ticket that just is not good enough.
Interesting. Yeah, totally.
So stuff like that. Just making the initial ticket has to be like the same idea behind it here.
Totally. It's just all, yeah, man, you're right. It's guardrails and context. That's literally what, like, that's how we've always operated. We just never had to think about it because we're not prompting a machine. We're just talking to people. But like,
yeah. And when it's a human, humans don't like telling the truth 100%, but the robots don't know, so they'll tell you it sucks.
Yeah, man. I don't feel like overseas developers, but it feels like I'm working with like the top of the top guy who doesn't really speak English. Like, sounds weird to say it that way, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's like,
right.
I need to be so careful with how I communicate with you. And if I am, you'll do a great job. And if I'm not, you will fail beyond belief. Yeah, that's cool, man. Okay, this is really helpful. I'm already picturing ways like, I think the way I almost want to do this is I want to get those incremental ones. I think it was the Eclipse, the review bot. I'm gonna absolutely try that.
Ellipsis.
Sorry, yeah, Ellipse. Yeah, that's that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely get that in. That's an easy win. No one's gonna, like, I think everyone's gonna be relieved when they're getting a review in 10 minutes of posting a PR.
You know what? I don't think that the full prompt came through in the chat. I'll email you the stuff after.
Please, yeah, because I really like. I don't know what I don't know, and like you said, it did take that time to kind of tackle that tech debt. Like, you got to go slow to go fast.
Yeah.
But I'm a little greedy. I kind of want to try to see how fast we can go without doing a lot of that work first, and then figuring out, okay, shit, I've pushed a little too hard here. Here's how we build those guardrails. But
and I think just doing the help articles first is going to be the best way to do it.
Yep.
Because it's not code critical. It's just help articles. Developers won't get their pants in a twist or whatever. You know, it's easiest way to start it.
Yeah. Yep. This is awesome, man. Thank you. This is like, it's nice. I think what Adam nailed it. Like, it's nice to actually see it in real life, adding value to a real business, not someone talking about it on YouTube or wherever. It's like, oh shit, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Things are gonna get weird, man. It's weird times.
Yeah, things are weird, man. Yeah. But hey, it's good to capture and know what to do in the weird, because then you're set. So
yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I think we might have emailed before, like a couple of years ago or a year ago.
Yeah,
definitely. Right. Yeah, so you have my email. So any questions you have or anything like that, feel free to hit me up.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for your time. This is cool. You're definitely, I don't know, man, you're doing really good stuff. I'm just saying, like, that was awesome to see, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Absolutely.
I agree.
Stuart, can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
So now that you're not getting reviews from free users, do you still have the view that if you're not getting something from them, you're being an idiot? Because this has been tormenting me for the last 15 months. Like, we're not getting anything from these fucking free guys.
Yeah, I mean, ours is we made the move up market, where anyone who's using our product who's doing under 500 grand a year, $1 million, just like, dude, you're definitely going to churn. Like, I don't even recommend you install this thing at all.
Yeah.
But in your case, I'm sure there's still some other stuff. I remember we first talked, you were talking about like free people have to post UGC to keep.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. We had another, problem with UGC is like, to get people to put out good posts, it needs to benefit them too. You know?
Right.
So like the agency ecosystem for Clay was great for us, but then it stopped being great because our use case, really you have to have a ton of traffic to like use Clay and Smart Lead and like actually make it work. So it's like, it was not great. And it's like, how much can you write about one signal? Clay UGC is amazing because you can create anything, you know,
right.
Their ecosystem. Anyway, I'll keep thinking about it.
Are they like draining resources, the free people? Like,
no, they're not doing shit. By the way, we just let 2 people go. We're going to try to get to 10 million with 3 bodies. Me, Rob, and Tate.
Rob.
No, but I'm going to start answering tickets and doing sales. I was spending way too much of my week on shit that was not related to RB2B, and I'm not in touch with the customer at all. So like, I basically just quit my other job of I'm gonna write LinkedIn posts, answer customer support tickets, and talk to customers for the next 6 months, and that's it. So,
well, dude, it's worked out so far.
Some of the burden off of Rob is the plan.
Awesome.
He's about to have his finger on many pulses.
Yeah,
love it.
Exactly.
Instead of just hearing about me telling him what the pulse is. So yeah.
Dude, Stuart, you're the man. If you ever need anything from us, please.
I appreciate it, guys. Always good to chat.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
Take it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks, Stuart.
Take care, everyone. See everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Rob.